Atlanta United Fan TV, AJ here. So we drew with Toronto FC. It was a back and forth game, pretty tough. That freaking Giovinco free kick is just bugging me, but nothing you could do about it. What did you make of the game?
I thought it was actually a really good match. Honestly, it's frustrating we didn't get the win. Yeah. Probably a fair result, though. I think the most frustrating part about the whole thing is that the results we needed to happen happened. Yeah. NYCFC drew, Chicago got blown out, and all we needed was one goal to win, and we would have got second place, which is really frustrating because I think we could have used the bye. I mean, it was nice to see Mickey get out there for 30 or so minutes, but I think the bye would have helped this team with so much of a back-ended schedule, so many fixtures, piling up. That bye would have been nice. Mostly just because I think in a two-leg tie, I think we're in a pretty good position. I just don't like the idea of a one-game, somebody nicks a weird goal and you're out type of thing. So I'm excited about having it here, though. We have that home field advantage, but Columbus has been in good form recently. So, it's frustrating that we have to play that game, but I'd rather have it here than anywhere else.
Right. And what a better opponent than Columbus Crew, because we've played them tough. We've won both times. It's a good team to kind of have our first stepping stone into the MLS playoffs.
Absolutely. I mean, they're in good form right now, so that can't be underestimated. I mean, to go to NYCFC, get a good result like that's big for them. But it's also good to see that Miggy's almost fit. I mean, I think that he'll start come Wednesday or Thursday, whichever day it is. And, I mean, when he's in the starting lineup, you can't count against us. The lineup today was actually quite interesting when he subbed him on. You went really attacking. You dropped Gressel into more of a holding midfield role, and you put Almiron, Assad, Villalba, and Martinez all at the same time. So it's really exciting going forward. It's frustrating we couldn't get that goal. We definitely created some chances, but I think I'd rather have Columbus than anyone else. For some reason, Red Bull's played us tough all season, and I'd rather have them at home than anyone else, to be honest. But I really, really, really wish we could have gotten that second place. That would have been perfect.
Absolutely. But so speaking about in the playoffs, was today's formation kind of a preview, or was it just a kind of, hey, if we see you in the playoffs again, Toronto, we're not going to give you exactly how we're going to play?
Well, it was different. I didn't expect three at the back. I really didn't. That was really interesting. So it was nice to see Tata, who really sticks to his guns when it comes to the 4-3-3-1, switch it up to that. It was different. And I thought, Toronto's a very, very talented team. They didn't win the Supporters Shield because they weren't a great team. I mean, they've scored the most goals. They have one of the best goal differences. They're a phenomenal side. And I think that today was a really, really good match. 2-2 was, again, probably a fair result. I thought that, if we had Miggy from the beginning, that would have given us definitely an advantage, which if we see
them, it's going to happen.
I can't blame them. If we see them again in the playoffs, I think that they'll definitely see that. Best case scenario is for some reason we win and we win again, and they lose to I don't know who, but if they would lose to, say, Chicago or something, having home field here I think is massive. I think that we're in a good place for a two-leg game. With the last game and today, to be able to hold a very, very talented attacking team, especially in Toronto, to 2 goals, or last week with 0 goals for to New York Red Bull, I think that's good. I think we're in a good place. It seems we're getting some guys back to fitness, which is good. I'm looking forward to the playoffs. I'm a bit nervous, because that whole one-off game, but here, 70,000 people, I think we're in a good shape.
Absolutely, very true. And one last point, it seemed like when the second half rolled around, they changed their tactics a little bit. Altidore was definitely parked on Loretowitz, and it seemed like they got their goal, through that when, he hounded Parkey, and, Parkey fell, and it just, he's able to dink it over him. And it's because he stayed up top pretty far instead of, in the first half, it was one of those, he would come to get the ball. He would, So what did you make of their tactic change?
Well, I think that it can't be underestimated that LGP was missing today. He has quite a bit of pace for a center half, and I think that having him back there, where you drop into a back three of, Lorenowitz, Parkhurst, and LGP, he can make up that space. And I think that he's a lot more physical than Parkhurst is. Bless Parkhurst. He's a good player, but, he's getting up there, and he's trying to deal with a physical presence in Altidore. It was, as Men in Blazer would say, it was a crap goal, They just kind of Second half, I think we frustrated them so much that they ended up going route one a lot of the time, just bombing long balls forward and hoping for Altidore. And, I mean, it was an okay goal, but it wasn't a great goal on Altidore's part. I mean,
Wasn't Joe Vico's either.
no. I mean, that was a stunning free kick.
Class.
That was, I mean, you've seen him take that free kick before and go to that near post, but I mean, if Jurgi's on, that's just class. I mean, when you're in MLS, that's the best you're going to get when it comes to a free kick. I mean, it was frustrating for it to go in, but it was a good take. But I mean, if we can frustrate the best team in the league to their only tactic is to go route one, I think we're in a good place. And especially considering we were missing one of our best players, in LGP today. And I think that if that's their tactic and we have him back there, I think it could be a different situation. I hope Parkhurst is okay because he did go off injured. But, I mean, we played against the best team in the league today, and I think we more than held our own. And if we could get a positive result, if we played them in, say, the conference finals, I see no reason with the form our defense is in that we could hold them and potentially, get a good result. I mean, it was frustrating, to sum it up, but we played well. We played well, and, to get Miggy back, to have so many fixtures piling up at the end of the season, it was decent. I'm ready for Wednesday. I'm nervous for Wednesday or Thursday, I guess I should say. But, first season, finish fourth, have a home playoff game, 72,000 or whatever people today. I mean, that was phenomenal.
Lots of positive.
We're going to have that on Wednesday or Thursday. I mean, that everyone's going to show. We're going to be loud. That was a phenomenal atmosphere. Our players know that. They appreciate that. I'm looking to see what we can do going forward. And, I mean, regardless of what happens, I mean, we're in such a great position as a club, especially as a first-season club. I mean, you have Carlton, you have Lagos, you have, the future's bright. We're one of the few teams that have invested in it full-heartedly into a academy. And we have those players coming in, and I see nothing but a bright future regardless of what happens going forward.
Georgia's a landmine, or a gold mine rather, and so it's there's a lot to mine through.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many talented kids here. Atlanta's such a big city. You know the talent's there, and how this club's reaching out to the community and the things that it's doing. I mean, it's really Atlanta's is an evolving city. There's so many transplants here, and we've all been able to, me myself, we've been able to latch on to Atlanta United, and that's been phenomenal. And I think nothing but the best going forward, and I'm excited. I'm so happy that we've had such a successful season. I never would have expected this, and I'm excited to see what we got. I'm super stoked for this week. I think we're in a great place. I'm ready for the playoffs, and hey, we finished higher than Vancouver in the West, I'm pretty sure. So I see nothing that can stop us from going all the way. And in a little while, having a month's time or so, having an MLS Cup final here and taking it. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. And, I think the squad is ready for it too.
Awesome.